and pop any questions in the chat box for me. I'm running over practically all markets, although as the title does suggest, mainly in contention is the S&P futures market. And we'll look at gold as well, which we made some fantastic calls on. It's now come down a long way, and I'm sure lots of you shorted it. So running, guys, as I always say, if you want to take notes or whatever, you can do that. It's a good idea to do so because I cover a lot of stuff. It might not make entire sense if you're not in my academy, but you can do with it as you will. That's up to you. So I am going to just sort out everything else on everywhere else, and I've hit record. It's going to be on YouTube as well, so if you're watching this on YouTube, again, like, comment, subscribe, press my link underneath and you can get started. So I should think it'll take a minute for people to come in. I've had loads and loads and loads of views, likes, comments lately, which is fantastic. People obviously are progressing within my learning or teaching, which is really good to see. I've been teaching for a while in many different forms, and I think I can get my point across well with the way I'm doing things. So I'm just going to give a sec to let everyone come in. It's 21 minutes past 9 GMT in England, the east of England. I know some of you guys are from the UK as well. America, if you're up early for a lot of people. Canada, Asia, Australia, all over the place. Africa, which is fantastic. So yeah. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll start in the S&P because someone is bound to come in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes and go, can you go over gold, please? And I would have just spent the whole time doing it. But anyhow, the reason why I've done this stream really is because finally you're getting a push out of this sideways movement from your S&P. You're going to come towards these levels, I should think. Currently price is stalling because you're hitting on this PA level. This little candle wick is giving you problems, but I much prefer it when you run into more trouble and you extend higher, because that will give you a bigger break from this price action channel. Okay, sideways movement. If you short it now, you don't have much margin, so that's why I hold off in these situations. My bias really remains, as I've said, for an extreme amount of time now. It's got to be nearer 4280 for me until I'm going to get short. Okay, and that will bring me far enough away from these support levels, because this is going to remain as support. Once it's broken through, as it is now, any fall to it is going to be a support zone. So therefore, you need to be far enough away from it so that when you do come back, you can take enough profit. Otherwise, there's no point in taking the trade, is there? So that's why I'm not short now. There's just not a lot of room. It would be a tiny scalp trade. Any questions, guys, pop them in the chat box, I say, and if you can press the boost button while you're here, that would also be great. So your S&P is nice and simple. I want it nearer here before I get short, so I can create a wide enough profit margin back to support, because as I say, once you go higher, it's going to become support. This actual move does remain in an uptrend like this, okay? Depends how you like to draw your uptrends. People do it differently. You could even move it as such to that. Okay, that would probably be more accurate. Or indeed, if you connect these two lows like that, that would be your most accurate and recent price channel. Generally, if you want to draw a price channel covering from October, so 6 to 7 months, you need really to put your time frames up and then draw it, or it's just more difficult, basically. But anyhow, you've got your uptrending move. I should think you're going to get nearer the midpoint. As you can see, that coincides with the midline, which is usually a good reference for shorts. And you've got PA levels here. I mean, you've seen price rejection at this point before, so that's where my bias comes. And it will give us a big enough break to get short and a wide enough profit margin to make money. Welcome all new guys coming in. Any questions, pop them in the box. If the box is broken, let me know in the Discord. If you're in there, please, that'd be great. There's some guys who do that, is really helpful. Gold, I'm going to move on to now. If you follow me, you watch my streams, you watch my post I just did. If you can like it and follow, comment on that, my profile, that'd be good. But yeah, I mean, I said this is going to be a scalp trade for many. Okay, this is your first level of support. I would expect a bounce. You've got the bounce. I called it on my video I did. I updated it so everyone saw what to do. It has bounced and you should be out for profit now. I would close that. It's weak. You can see there's early rejection. That support level wasn't amazing. You're also going to run into all of this. Just take the money and you're off. Okay, so that is gains. Now, if you've also followed me, I started saying it here. I said it again there. And I just said, guys, it's going to fall through. Here, we stopped with it and we said, okay, well, we expect this, but we're not going to short into support. It does go lower, but it doesn't matter. I mean, I've made money 4 times already. Yes, okay, we didn't short it all the way, but it doesn't matter because we didn't lose anything, okay? We weren't in the market at all. So, you're not losing, you're way up. But anyhow, you flip long. It's looking weak. I think probably it's going to take a sec to get through that. But ultimately, I'm not shorting unless you push up like this. And I'm not long unless you come down a bit further. Probably looking around. As I've said on the post, you can go and watch it. But it's going to be 1920 area. And that just coincides with everything you've got back here. Okay. Over here, there's a bunch of PA zones. So it's going to bring you nearer this 100 MA, which is ideal. Morning, swing coin. Good to see you again. So you can look long 1920. So my bias on gold basically is short to the upside if you get there and exit your trade now. You're finished with it for the longs. And if it comes lower, I like it long. Loads of guys asked me about dollar Swiss. I said, look, if you're going to trade it, take it very lightly long. You've got your move up. Exit if you had it long because you're pulling back. If you're going to buy it when it pulls back, I would do it very, very lightly. Just because the risk in the market, it's not attractive. There are many other things you can trade that haven't been swallowed for a long time. I do believe it is a long, but it's going to take a long time to get to the other side. Whether it's worth trading for that reason is up for debate. So I'd long on pullbacks, but I definitely wouldn't. I'd be very cautious shorting that. You can scalp short, but again, there's risk in the market. The New Zealand dollar, I like short coming into this area. I think that could prove fatal. However, I do think there is also a chance if you flick your time frames up, you can see it better, that you will come above these highs eventually, and you'll be using this as reference. So you could have one entry now, and I would probably make it light to mid-size. I think I'll probably take a short about here, I reckon. About there. I think you've got a little bit more, and you can take a light short at that point. Morning, Philip, as well. I'll have a look at that. No problem. Hey, as well. Great to see you again. Okay, so let's go for it then. Anyone who's wondering how you can get all my methods, it is at the URL that is following. It's www.will of the Trader Academy, all one word.com. Or you can simply go through here and it will take you there. You get your free training and continue to take you there. Link to the debt ceiling, euro dollar, pound dollar. Okay, let's go for the NAS 100. Okay, you've got. All right, so if you've taken it short already, which is I think what you said, it is a short. I think, yeah, I mean, you probably entered here, which is fine. If it does keep rallying, I would hold off DCAing until at least there. I would say 1404. In terms of now, you're right, it's a short. If it comes back here, I would look for your first exit back in line with that MA. That's my bias on that. Euro dollar, pound dollar. Let me check. Euro dollar, I took long yesterday. I'm out. Took it long here for a minor gains. It's weak, as I say. I prefer it now lower. I prefer it about 107. That's where I've got further. I've got pending long orders 107, just over 107. Pound US dollar. I've got pending orders 1, 2, 3. I do actually have one. Hang on, let me just check. Yeah, about 1, 2, 3. About here, just shy of 1, 2, 3. That's where I'm looking long. I do actually have orders slightly higher, 1, 2, 3, but 1, 2, 3, 2 to 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so in line with this. That's my bias there. In terms of the debt ceiling, I'm not concerned. All I want to do is trade it via price action within the long-term trend. I think you'll recover, but I think it will take time as US interest rates change. That's it. Silver, Nat Gas, Ken Bruce is back. We missed Ken Bruce and the other day, but he's here again. Okay, so silver, I called it long there, as many of you will know. Okay, if you took that long, you've got gains again. I think you'll get higher, but you are running into early resistance. So you could kill this off there. You could exit now. You could slightly re-long lower, but there's not much point. If you took it long, I would set a stop loss to cut the trade at just under this level of support. So if it keeps rallying, you'll take the money. Philip, no problem at all. Just remember, don't make it too hard with the debt ceiling. Just make it, you know the sentiment and you know where you're going with it. As interest rates change, it's likely the value of the dollar will as well. Nat gas for the Mooners. Let's go. So you've got a big rally there. Again, if you had it long, I would exit, take the money. Nat gas, people ask me about all the time. Do I think long term you're going to get higher? Yes. Do I know when? No. I mean, if you just look at all the low prices, eventually it rallies. It just takes time, though. I mean, that's the thing with it. If you had it long, I would exit for gains. If you want to rebuy it, you can. Just do it on a dip. That's my nat gas bias. I don't have much to say on it because I don't trade it. But from a tech perspective, that's how it is.